I pushed the limit, and the alien woman smiled, wanting more. First contact. The iridescent storms of Azrael cast rippling shadows across the observation deck of Lumina 7. Dr. Maya Chen adjusted the sensitivity on her spectral analyzer, tracking the unusual energy patterns that had appeared 3 days ago. The gas giant's atmosphere shouldn't produce these readings. They were too structured, too consistent. "Still chasing ghosts?" Jared Kahn asked, sliding a steaming cup beside her terminal. Maya took the coffee without looking up. "These aren't random fluctuations. Something's generating them deliberately." "The committee won't extend our mission on a hunch," Jared warned. "Frost is already drafting the preliminary conclusion report." Maya frowned. 6 months studying Azrael's atmospheric anomalies, and Elias Frost was ready to declare the mission complete. But these new patterns, they were almost like communication. "Give me tonight," she said. "If nothing comes of it, I'll sign off on Frost's report." After Jared left, Maya programmed a response sequence matching the pattern's intervals and transmitted it toward the energy source. She didn't expect an answer so quickly. The observation deck's emergency locks engaged with a hiss. The lights flickered, then stabilized at half brightness. Maya reached for the alarm when a violet glow materialized near the viewport. The light condensed, forming a distinctly feminine figure with skin the color of twilight. Maya stood transfixed as details emerged. Delicate features framed by luminescent tendrils that might have been hair, eyes like liquid silver. "You heard me," the figure said, her voice resonating directly in Maya's mind. Maya's scientific training battled her instinctive fear. "Who are you?" "Nylara," came the reply, though the being's lips didn't move. "Your pattern response was unexpected." Maya swallowed. "I'm Dr. Maya Chen. Are you from Azrael?" Nylara approached with fluid grace. "From beneath Cryolith, Azrael's third moon. Your vibrations have been disrupting our sensitive ones." "Our research," Maya realized. "We've been probing the magnetic field." "Yes." Nylara tilted her head, studying Maya with unsettling intensity. "You are different from what we expected." "As are you," Maya replied, noticing how the alien's expression shifted with subtle movements, surprisingly human, despite her otherworldly appearance. Their conversation continued through the night. Maya learned that Nylara's people lived in underwater settlements on Cryolith, communicating through energy patterns similar to telepathy. They had detected Lumina 7's presence months ago but had hesitated to make contact. "Why approach now?" Maya asked. Nylara's silver eyes seemed to shimmer. "Curiosity?" I volunteered. "Others thought it dangerous." "It was brave of you," Maya said, surprised at the admiration in her voice. "Your response pattern showed understanding, intelligence." Nylara moved closer, her violet skin glowing softly. "May I?" She extended her hand, palm up. Maya hesitated, then placed her hand above Nylara's, not quite touching. She gasped as a warm sensation flowed between them. Not physical contact, but something deeper. "We sense emotions as energy," Nylara explained. "Yours are vibrant, complex." Maya felt a blush warm her cheeks. "What am I feeling now?" Nylara's lips curved into a smile. Fascination, fear, and something warmer. The station's morning cycle began, lights gradually brightening. Maya realized they had talked through the night. "Others will come soon," she said reluctantly. "I will return," Nylara promised, already fading into violet light. "There is much to learn between us." After she vanished, Maya stood motionless, her hand still tingling where Nylara's energy had caressed it. She knew her report to Frost would now be very different, and that her life had irrevocably changed in ways she couldn't yet comprehend. Unspoken language. 3 weeks after first contact, Maya found herself inventing reasons to monitor the observation deck alone. Tonight she'd cited an anomalous energy spike in her logs, technically true, though she knew exactly when Nylara would appear. The familiar violet glow materialized precisely at midnight. "You came," Maya said, unable to keep the smile from her face. Nylara emerged fully, her luminescent form more defined than during previous visits. "I promised. Your colleague nearly discovered me yesterday." "Jared? He suspects something, but he's covering for me." Maya hesitated. "Elias Frost is another matter. He's requesting permission to establish formal contact with your people." Nylara drifted closer. "Our elders are cautious. They believe humans would not understand our ways." Then help me understand, Maya said softly. Nylara extended both hands, palms up. This time Maya didn't hesitate to place her hands above them, not quite touching. The familiar warmth flowed between them, stronger than before. Close your eyes, Nylara instructed. Don't think in words. Maya complied, feeling the station fade away. In her mind, colors swirled, emotions given visual form. Joy appeared as golden spirals, curiosity as blue ripples, fear as dark eddies. This is how we communicate, Nylara's voice echoed in her consciousness. Thoughts carry emotional resonance. Words are insufficient. Maya concentrated, trying to project her feelings intentionally. She focused on her fascination with Azrael, her dedication to understanding new life forms, and, more tentatively, her growing attraction to Nylara. A pleasant shock ran through her as Nylara received this last emotion. The alien's response came as a warm purple glow suffusing Maya's senses. You understand quickly, Nylara said aloud as Maya opened her eyes. Few of your kind would attempt this connection. It's beautiful, Maya whispered. Is this how you connect with everyone? No. Nylara's silver eyes held Maya's gaze. This depth is intimate. The door hissed open, flooding the room with harsh light. Jared stood frozen in the doorway, eyes wide. Maya, what the hell? Maya stepped forward. Jared, wait, is that? He glanced between them. You actually made contact? Without authorization? Please, Maya said quickly. Don't report this. Not yet. Jared ran a hand through his hair. Frost will have both our credentials for this. Then help us, Maya pleaded. Nylara's people are telepathic empaths. They're afraid of how humans might exploit that. Jared approached cautiously. Can she understand me? Better than you might think, Nylara replied, her mental voice now projecting to include him. Jared jumped. That's in my head. Yes, Nylara confirmed, a hint of amusement in her tone. Your emotions are protective, loyal to Maya. Maya watched as understanding dawned on Jared's face. After a moment, he nodded. Okay, I'll help keep this quiet until you figure out how to break it to Frost. His expression turned serious. But Maya, be careful. This is more than scientific discovery for you, isn't it? Maya felt Nylara's energy pulse in response to her emotions before she could formulate an answer. It is more, Nylara confirmed, moving to stand beside Maya. For both of us. In the days that followed, Jared helped create distractions while Maya and Nylara developed their connection. Each night they exchanged more than information, sharing memories, dreams, and increasingly intimate emotional landscapes. During one such session, as Maya was learning to project specific emotions, Nylara's form suddenly solidified. May I? Nylara asked, her hand hovering near Maya's face. Maya nodded, breath catching as Nylara's fingers, cool and soft with an underlying tingle, traced her cheek. The physical touch amplified their empathic connection exponentially. Maya gasped as she felt not only her own response but Nylara's wonder at the sensation. Your people don't touch often? Maya asked. Not like this, Nylara whispered. We feel from distance. Touch is overwhelming. Maya slowly raised her hand, mirroring Nylara's gesture. The violet skin beneath her fingertips pulsed with energy. Through their connection, she felt Nylara's pleasure ripple between them in waves. Too much? Maya asked. Nylara's silver eyes seemed to glow brighter. No, it's perfect. Luminous depths. This is insane, Jared said, helping Maya into the modified environmental suit. If Frost discovers you've taken a shuttle, file the maintenance report like we discussed, Maya replied, checking the oxygen recycler. I'll be back in 48 hours. Nylara waited in the shuttle bay, her form shifting between solid and translucent states. The journey to Krylith takes only 3 of your hours. Our settlement lies within a crystalline cavern beneath the moon's oceanic crust. And your sister knows we're coming? Maya confirmed, trying to mask her nervousness. Vaya arranged everything, though she doesn't understand my fascination with humans. That makes 2 of us, Jared muttered, sealing Maya's helmet. Communications will be spotty at best. If anything feels wrong, I trust Nylara, Maya said firmly. The journey to Krylith passed in comfortable silence, Nylara occasionally touching Maya's suit to share glimpses of her homeworld through their empathic connection. Maya watched in awe as they descended through the moon's thick atmosphere toward a vast, midnight blue ocean. The shuttle submersed with barely a ripple, guided by Nylara's mental coordinates. As they descended, bioluminescent creatures illuminated the depths like living constellations. "It's beautiful," Maya whispered. "Home," Nylara replied simply. The settlement appeared suddenly, a sprawling network of crystalline structures that caught and amplified the bioluminescence. Figures similar to Nylara moved through transparent corridors, their violet forms distinct even at distance. They docked at a spherical chamber. As the airlock cycled, Nylara turned to Maya. "Our atmosphere is compatible with yours, but gravity is lighter. Move carefully." The inner door opened to reveal a taller, more angular version of Nylara. Her silver eyes lacked the warmth of her sister's. "Vaya," Nylara said aloud, though Maya sensed complex emotional undertones passing between them. "So this is your human," Vaya replied, studying Maya with unconcealed skepticism. "The elders are curious why you've brought her here." "Maya understands our communication," Nylara said proudly. "She can project emotions intentionally." Vaya's expression remained cool. "Understanding isn't belonging, sister." "I'm here to learn," Maya interjected. "Your world is incredible. I want to understand your culture, not exploit it." "Noble words," Vaya noted. "Yet your kind rarely distinguishes between understanding and possession." Despite the tense beginning, Maya found herself welcomed by most of Nylara's community. They lived in harmony with Cryolith's ocean, harvesting energy from thermal vents and cultivating luminescent flora. Their society valued emotional clarity above all else. Lies were impossible among natural empaths. That evening, Nylara led Maya to the settlement's central gathering space, where dozens of her people congregated in concentric circles. "Our resonance ceremony," Nylara explained. "We share communal emotions, strengthening bonds." "Should I stay back?" Maya asked. "No, you're my guest. But the experience may be intense." As the ceremony began, the assembled aliens projected their emotions outward. Maya felt the wave hit her like a physical force. Joy, wonder, curiosity, and deeper notes of collective identity washed through her mind. Instinctively, she projected back her own feelings, gratitude for their welcome, awe at their world, and her deepening connection to Nylara. A ripple of surprise passed through the gathering. One by one, they turned toward her. "What happened?" Maya whispered. "You responded perfectly," Nylara said, taking her hand. "No outsider has ever joined our resonance." Vaya approached, her expression transformed. "Your emotions are genuine, pure." She inclined her head slightly. "Perhaps I misjudged." Later, in Nylara's private dwelling, a spherical chamber with views of the luminous ocean, Maya felt the last of her barriers dissolving. "Your people accepted me," she said wonderingly. "They felt what I feel," Nylara replied, moving closer until their foreheads nearly touched. "What we feel." The kiss that followed transcended physical sensation. As their lips met, their empathic connection exploded into something new, a complete merging of sensation and emotion that left Maya breathless. She felt Nylara's desire as her own, a recursive loop of pleasure that intensified with each heartbeat. "Stay," Nylara whispered against her lips. "Not just tonight." Maya pulled back slightly, meeting those silver eyes. "You know I can't, not yet, but I'll come back. I promise." As they embraced again, Maya knew with certainty that wherever their journey led, the void between their worlds had already been crossed in ways that neither science nor language could fully express. Eclipse of trust. Maya's return to Lumina 7 was met with chaos. Alarms blared through the station corridors as she docked the shuttle, and armed security personnel waited at the airlock. "Dr. Chen, you're to report immediately to Director Frost," a stern-faced officer informed her. In Frost's office, the atmosphere was frigid. Commander Harlow, the military liaison Maya had rarely encountered, stood beside Frost's desk, her posture rigid. "Unauthorized shuttle launch, falsified maintenance logs, and now we detect unknown energy signatures all over your suit," Frost listed, his voice dangerously quiet. "Explain yourself." Maya weighed her options. "I've established contact with an intelligent species on Cryolith." "They're called—" "We know," Harlow interrupted. "Your colleague Khan confessed everything under questioning." Maya's heart sank. Poor Jared. "Then you understand the scientific significance of—" "What we understand," Harlow cut in, "is that you've been compromised. These aliens have some form of telepathic ability, correct? They've been inside your mind." "It's not like that," Maya protested. Their empathic abilities allow for communication, not control. You willingly exposed yourself to an unknown psychic influence, Frost said. The protocols exist for a reason, Dr. Chen. We've detected increased activity around Cryolith, Harlow added. Your little field trip may have triggered something. I need everything you know about their capabilities, settlement locations, and technological level. Maya straightened her spine. I won't provide intelligence for military purposes. My relationship with Nylara is based on trust. Relationship? Frost's eyebrows shot up. Doctor, do you hear yourself? Containment protocols are in effect, Harlow declared. You're confined to quarters pending full biopsychological evaluation. If these aliens attempt contact, we'll be ready. In her locked quarters, Maya paced frantically. The station's sensors would detect Nylara if she attempted to visit. Somehow she needed to warn her. The solution came at 0300 hours when the station briefly recalibrated its sensor grid. Maya used her research override to access the communications array, sending a brief energy pulse matching the pattern of their first contact, but with an embedded warning frequency. She had just returned to her quarters when the door slid open. Jared slipped inside, his face bruised. I'm sorry, he whispered. They monitored the shuttle bay. I couldn't warn you. What did you tell them? Everything I knew. Which wasn't much. I never met Nylara at the settlement. He pressed something into her hand. Emergency beacon. If things go bad, they're planning something, aren't they? Jared's silence was answer enough. 3 hours later, alarms blared again. Maya's door remained locked, but her terminal showed the alert. Unknown entity detected. Security breach level 4. Nylara had come despite the warning. Maya activated the beacon. Within minutes, her door slid open. But instead of security, Nylara stood there, her violet form partially transparent. We must go, she said simply. Your commander has deployed capture fields around the station. How did you get in? Your warning helped us prepare. I can phase through certain energy patterns. Nylara extended her hand. Come, others will follow me soon. They fled through maintenance tunnels, avoiding security teams. Behind them, alarms indicated more breaches, Vaya and others creating diversions. Where are we going? Maya asked as they reached an emergency airlock. Cryolith, my people voted to offer you sanctuary. Nylara's expression was grave. Your commander transmitted threats. They plan to extract our empathic abilities for military application. The realization hit Maya like a physical blow. I led them to you. No. Nylara touched her face, their connection instantly rekindling. You showed us humans could be different. Now we must show your leaders the same. As they prepared the escape pod, heavy footsteps approached. Commander Harlow appeared, weapon raised. Step away from the alien, Dr. Chen. Commander, please. Maya positioned herself between Harlow and Nylara. They're peaceful. This aggression will only... They've infiltrated a research station and are abducting personnel. That's an act of war. No. Nylara's voice resonated in both their minds. It is an act of protection. Before Harlow could fire, Nylara extended her empathic field. The commander gasped as emotions not her own flooded her consciousness. Not control, but understanding, showing the peaceful intentions behind Nylara's actions. Harlow's weapon lowered slightly. What is this? The truth, Maya said. Please, Commander. There's another way. For a moment, it seemed Harlow might relent. Then her communicator crackled with Frost's voice. Security breach at all levels. Deploy countermeasures immediately. Harlow's expression hardened. I have my orders. Then we have no choice, Nylara said, suddenly enveloping both herself and Maya in violet light. The last thing Maya saw was Harlow's astonished face, as the energy field transported them directly to the waiting escape pod. As they launched toward Cryolith, Maya watched Lumina 7 grow smaller, the life she had known receding with it. In the close confines of the pod, Nylara solidified fully beside her. I'm sorry, Maya whispered. I've brought war to your people. Nylara's silver eyes held no accusation. What comes will come, but tonight, we are together. Their embrace transcended the physical as their empathic connection deepened. Through touch and thought, they shared their fears and hopes, their bodies merging as completely as their emotions. Maya felt Nylara's essence intertwine with her own, pleasure rippling between them in escalating waves that blurred the boundaries between separate beings. For those precious hours, as the pod raced toward Cryolith, nothing existed but their connection, a bridge across the void that neither species had imagined possible. Resonant horizons. The crystalline council chamber beneath Cryolith's ocean pulsed with tense energy. Maya stood beside Nylara as Vaya addressed the gathered elders. The humans have deployed 3 additional research vessels, Vaya reported. They maintain position outside our gravitation field. Reconnaissance, Maya explained. They're assessing capabilities before making demands. 2 weeks had passed since their escape. Maya had integrated into the settlement, learning their customs and deepening her connection with Nylara. But the shadow of human encroachment grew daily. We could conceal ourselves deeper beneath the crust, one elder suggested, or demonstrate our defensive capabilities, another countered. Maya stepped forward. There's another solution. Let me undergo the resonance integration. A murmur rippled through the chamber. The resonance integration was a sacred ritual, never before considered for an outsider. A permanent melding that would allow Maya to fully experience the empathic spectrum of Nylara's people. You don't understand what you're asking, Vaya said. The integration is irreversible. You would never fully be human again. I understand perfectly, Maya replied. If I can serve as a bridge between our species, someone who truly comprehends both perspectives, we might avoid conflict. The physiological changes would be significant, an elder warned. Your neural pathways would be permanently altered. Nylara took Maya's hand. It would change how you perceive everything. The emotions of others would become as real to you as physical sensations. I've made my decision, Maya said firmly. But I need a communication channel to Lumina 7 first. Director Frost's face on the transmission looked haggard. Dr. Chen, Commander Harlow was beginning to think you'd been assimilated. In a way, I'm about to be, Maya replied. I'm offering a solution that serves both sides. She outlined her proposal. She would undergo the resonance integration, becoming a permanent liaison between humans and Cryolithians. In exchange, Earth authorities would recognize Cryolith as a sovereign entity and establish diplomatic rather than military protocols. You're proposing to become something other than human, Frost said, disbelief evident. For aliens you've known barely 2 months. For peace, Maya corrected, and for knowledge beyond anything we've discovered before. After hours of negotiation, conditional terms were established. Jared would join Maya as a scientific observer, ensuring human interests were represented during the integration process. The preparation took 3 days. Maya meditated in isolation, purifying her emotional state while Cryolithian healers prepared the sacred resonance chamber. Nylara visited only briefly, their connection now tinged with anticipation and uncertainty. Are you certain? Nylara asked during their final meeting before the ritual. Once begun, there's no reversal. Maya cupped Nylara's face between her palms. I've never been more certain of anything. The integration chamber was a perfect sphere of living crystal, filled with bioluminescent particles suspended in a breathable liquid. As Maya floated naked at its center, 7 elder empaths positioned themselves in a circle around her. Nylara remained just outside, her silver eyes never leaving Maya's. Open yourself completely, the lead elder instructed. Resistance causes pain. The process began with gentle waves of empathic energy washing over Maya. She surrendered to them, allowing her consciousness to expand beyond its human limitations. Colors she had never seen before bloomed in her mind. Emotions took on texture and dimension. Pain came next, sharp and cleansing as her neural pathways reconfigured. Maya gasped, the sound distorted through the liquid. Through their connection, she felt Nylara's concern, her desire to intervene. Stay with me, Maya projected, her thoughts now visible as patterns of light within the chamber. Hours passed as Maya's perception transformed. She began to sense not just Nylara's emotions, but those of everyone in the settlement. Thousands of distinct consciousnesses flowing together in complex harmony. The vastness threatened to overwhelm her identity. Remember who you are, Nylara's consciousness whispered, a beacon in the flood. Maya clung to that connection, using it to anchor herself as her awareness continued expanding. Gradually, the disparate sensations coalesced into a new kind of perception, neither human nor Cryolithian, but something unprecedented. When the elders finally withdrew their energies, Maya floated in perfect stillness. The chamber drained, and Nylara rushed to her side as she took her first breath with transformed awareness. Maya? Nylara's voice was both audible and visible as shimmering patterns. Maya opened eyes that now glowed with a subtle silver light. Her skin had taken on a faint violet luminescence. I feel on everything. 3 days later, Maya stood before a joint delegation from Earth and Cryolith. Jared watched from the sidelines, his expression a mixture of awe and scientific fascination as she demonstrated her new abilities, projecting emotions that humans could feel, translating complex empathic concepts into terms they could grasp. "You're still you," Jared noted during a break in the proceedings. "Different, but still Maya." "More than I was," she agreed. "But yes, still me." The negotiations progressed rapidly, with Maya serving as both translator and living proof of compatibility. Where suspicion had reigned, curiosity now flourished. Selected scientists were invited to study Cryolithian culture under strict ethical guidelines, while Cryolithian representatives prepared for their first visit to human settlements. In their private dwelling, overlooking the luminous depths of Cryolith's ocean, Maya and Nylara celebrated the fragile peace they had helped forge. "Do you regret your choice?" Nylara asked, her form shimmering with the subtle anxiety the question contained. Maya answered not with words, but with the full spectrum of her transformed consciousness, projecting love that transcended physical form, commitment that spanned worlds, and hope that illuminated possibilities neither species had imagined alone. Their embrace melded physical and empathic passion, their bodies moving in perfect resonance as pleasure cycled between them in ever-intensifying waves. In that moment of perfect union, Maya knew she had found her true home. Not on Earth or Cryolith, but in the resonant space between worlds where understanding bridged the void between stars. As dawn broke over the alien ocean, casting prismatic light through the crystal spires of their dwelling, Maya and Nylara stood together at the viewport. Below them, humans and Cryolithians moved together through the settlement, the first tentative steps of a shared future. "It begins here," Maya said, her transformed voice carrying both sound and emotion. Nylara's silver eyes reflected the emerging light. "No, beloved, it began the moment you first reached across the void." Together, they watched the new day dawn. Two beings from worlds apart who had discovered that the greatest frontier wasn't the space between planets, but the space between hearts, waiting only for the courage to make first contact.